Alright, so this is my little tutorial on how to take this apart and put it back together. Now there's two main ways to have this. The first is the way that it is now. And the second would be to eliminate this piece and just put this right on the wall. Now, we needed that piece because the pipe on the wall in this place is kind of low. But if wherever you're moving, the pipe is like higher up, then you probably won't need this little riser thing. Anyway, when you go to put this up, the first thing you will want to do is you will want to hang the bar. That's this one that goes the whole way across. It's the first thing you're going to want to do, because once you start to put this up, it's going to be in the way of adjusting the bar. Now when you take it down, it's going to be the other way around. You're going to take everything apart and then take the bar down. Also, you will want to remove any plastic parts from the bar. Like we're going to take that shower head off, because you don't want that heavy bar moving around in the moving truck and then breaking that plastic head. So we're going to get to turning some wrenches, and I'll show you through how everything's put together as we go. Actually, I'll just do that now. So remember, you may need this piece, you may not. We're going to start from here. This is the water filter. From there is this valve. Now, excuse me. This is going to split between going forward to the one-person shower to going to this pipe. This is the flexible hose that goes to the overhead bar for the second person's shower. So this is its own piece. This is not part of this rainfall head setup. It comes apart here. I'll show you in a moment. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start disconnecting anything that directly connects to the bar. That way I can't accidentally pull the bar down on myself while I'm trying to do stuff. And this is going to happen. This bar kind of stays full, just kind of sits there full of water, so the moment you start to take things apart, the bar is going to start to drain. That's just going to happen. So the bar is now separate from everything else. So our first job is to start taking this apart, starting at the very end. So we'll take you can take this apart here if you want to. This is what separates the sprayer arm from the rainfall head. You don't really need to undo this connection, seeing as we can just remove this whole piece as one. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab my wrench. Now that I got that free, it seems to want to twist this whole piece. And I don't know if it's just jammed up or if that nut does not turn freely. That nut, it does turn freely. Okay, it just takes a little effort. Right, then that's what we're going to do. that is the rainfall head removed. Now this takes a little effort to get this to move. So what I was doing is I would hold this and walk this forward a little bit and then turn the whole thing back. And I just did that over and over until it came off. So now we have this valve here. That's the one I was saying earlier was separate. You can see how it's not part of the rainfall shower head setup. This is the valve on the rainfall shower head that splits the shower head, splits the rainfall head from the wand. So this does not come apart unless you take this off and pull it apart, but you'll probably lose the seals, so don't do that. Excuse me. So our next step would be to pop the water filter open so that it can dry. Well, we'll start by taking the whole thing off. Now this is big enough you can just kind of grab it with your hand and rip it off. No need for a wrench for this. There we go. We dropped a seal. That's a filter seal. That probably, let's see where that came from. I believe that came from this because it just kind of fits right in there. If you have anything that doesn't want to go together, you might want to check that you don't have any seals doubled up. Anyway, now that that's done, our next goal is to get this off. So for that, we will need a wrench, because I remember from putting this on that this is a pain in the ass. So we'll start by straightening this. So unscrew this, straighten it out, screw that shit back on. Now when we turn this is not going to whip around and hit you. So, wrench, let's get that shit on there. There we go. And now we can just unscrew this. And yes, pretty much every step of this process involves losing water. You're undoing seals that have been together the entire time. So that is a rubber seal, okay? That was not meant to be in there. That's part of this. So if you're doing any of this and you see a bare piece of metal like that, like see that like brass copper shining back at you, that's because the seal fell out of it. So to get that shit back down in there. Might take a little bit of finagling. And just kind of play with it until the whole thing is flat against the bottom. And there you go. So this is what I was telling you guys about. Whenever you put anything heavy like this on the shower needs to be supported. So that's what this is. This secures the pipe to the wall. That way, none of our setup is pulling on the pipe and the plumbing behind the wall. So now what's left is to separate the shower head from the bar so that if for any reason the bar was to try to drop or move around in the moving truck, it's not going to break the plastic shower head. So this is same shit, different day. Just get a wrench on that shit and turn it. Okay, shower head is off the overhead bar. So now we're going to take the overhead bar down. So the way we're going to do that is I'm going to move things. I think I'm just going to put shower components on the sink for now. Making sure anything that has an open end is over the sink so that nothing's draining onto the floor. There we go. Now I can't step on anything and fall or break anything. Now one thing you'll notice, everything still has this white thread tape on it. You will want to get that out and put new thread tape on it. And you'll want to twist the thread tape the same direction as the threads. I don't know why I showed you on that. You want to do it on the male side. So you would want to put it on this side where the threads are exposed and twist it the same way that the threads point. If you do it the other way, then when you screw it in, the tape is just going to scrunch up and tear. And then you won't get a good seal. Anyway. We're going to bring this down. So the way to do that is to compress these ends. These are threaded. So you're going to want to step into the shower and have a hand on the bar, because as soon as you loosen it, there's no longer going to be tension on the bar and both ends will want to fall. So I'm going to put my phone over here and just sort of aim it lazily at the shower. And hope you guys can see what I'm doing. That's really on there. Really doesn't want to move, so we're going to make it move. Wrong way. There we go. Now, it may be hard to see, but what I'm doing is I'm pushing the bar that way, so that end doesn't fall because I'm standing under it. So I'm going to get two hands on it and bring the end I'm at down. And then these end pieces, these just pop off with a little effort. So that's just a stopper with some threads on it. Now this is what screws into the bar. This is what you use to secure the bar. So as you turn this gets longer and shorter, and that's how you extend the bar to jam it in place. We're going to take the other end off, and then that's that. Now I'm setting both of these to be as short as they can be, and then once you're ready to put the bar up, you can go ahead and extend it. Now, once you have the bar up, and you have both of these as tight as you can get them by hand, you will want to use a wrench. Like, let's say you get it this far and the bar feels like it's tight. Then what you'll want to do is you want to take your wrench and make it extend just a little bit further. Like, I would say this end and the other end, I would say turn them both about a quarter turn with the tool to make sure it's tight. Because you don't want that bar to fall. And just because it looks like it's tight, if your shower shifts around because there's multiple people in it, or maybe your house, just casually shifts a little bit, you don't want that whole ass bar to fall down. So you want to make sure that is really tight. Anyway, that's pretty much everything. So I'm going to go ahead and get the original shower head back on here, but that's all you need to know for this.